My name is Brian, and welcome to this week's Ask Brian, part of our weekly newsletter. Our weekly newsletter is called Monday Morning Data Science. We send it out every Monday. You can sign up for it. There's a link in the video description below. There's also a link to ask me a question. So this week, I've been doing a lot of Shiny programming, and so a question about Shiny kind of caught my eye from the responses to the forum. So when a person asked, how do I embed a Shiny app into a web page? Well, I took this to mean kind of two different things. I'm trying to guess the intent of the person asking the question a little bit. So the first question that I think they might be asking is, I don't necessarily like the bootstrap formatting of the CSS and for default Shiny, and I want to switch that with something of my own devising because I know a lot of HTML design. So that's easy enough. You can just switch your UI.R function with a custom HTML file, and there's an RStudio page on how to do that. And it's if you have any familiarity with both Shiny and just ordinary HTML, then it really is not a problem. It's just putting the right labels into your HTML functions. It's really quite easy. So that's one answer to this question. The second question, or the second way I could interpret this question, is the person really is asking the question as it's worded, which is they have a complete Shiny app that's been developed and they want to embed it as is into another web page that is not hosted, say, on the same server that the Shiny app is hosted on. Okay, it's not 100% certain why you would wind up in this circumstance. And you can do that with things like iframes and technology for embedding one web page into another. Often this is considered not great practice because of security concerns, though maybe those security concerns are a little bit less if you control both the website that you're developing and the Shiny app at the same time. But but there's potentially some concerns if you embed, say, for example, someone else's Shiny app into your web page, then you don't have control over the Shiny app. They could change it into something. Just like embedding random images from the internet into your web page, well, that's potentially a problem if they switch the image out. So, and there's other problems if you don't control the framing website, that sometimes people will capture text and get sensitive information that way. So you can do stuff like iframes to do that. But to me, Shiny is this kind of complete solution for creating R-based web services. So it is both the UI and the server, right? The two functions at the same time. It's kind of a complete solution. If you don't need that complete solution, if really all you need is the server part of it, and you really want the front end super customized and even running on a different server and that sort of thing, then I think it's probably, you might as well just switch to something like Plumber or OpenCPU or one of these other solutions for running R as a server and just calling and getting the information that you want back over HTTP. And, that's relatively easy. There's great resources on Plumber. I'll put some in the video, some links in the video description. Jeff Allen wrote an entire ebook on it that you can read. And, I think this is probably a better solution than the iframes because it's what it sounds like. My guess is that you likely just don't need all of what Shiny is providing, and you really need some kind of, let's say you created a prediction algorithm and you just want to, call a server that gives the output from the prediction algorithm. I should have put a fourth thing here, and there's sometimes the case where you can sort of ditch R altogether. So, for example, if you create a prediction algorithm and you just create a giant lookup table, then you can avoid R altogether. If the prediction algorithm is amenable to it, to just create this super fast lookup table rather than calling R at all. So there's other solutions where you can just do the development in R, ditch it, and then use something else for the website part of it. So that's another solution. Obviously, that's not really in the spirit of the question, but it's also something you can do. Okay, so that's some solutions to the general question of basically you've developed something in R and you don't want the default Shiny look, or if the the Shiny system is maybe a little bit too limiting for your application, here are some ideas of how you can change it. I would really, I don't, for some reason, there's the iframe solution, like really truly embedding the Shiny app into another web page. That just seems to rub me the wrong way. So I probably wouldn't pursue that as a solution, but to each his own. Okay, so I'll have another video for you next week. Thanks for tuning in, and keep those questions coming, and subscribe to Monday Morning Data Science, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, talk to you later.